Mr. Hurd?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Appreciate y'all being here. The first question is for both of y'all, but Dr. Bonzanto, if you can answer first. You said, what, 40, you're going to need 40 investigators in order to eliminate the backlog by 2020. The fact that we even have an office in order to deal with whistleblowers, what does that say about the organization as a whole? That you have so many, you have such a backlog. Like, give me some step back and give me some broader concerns about how the VA is operating that has so many whistleblowers and the need for an office like yours.
So the office was established by law in 2017, and that's the role of the office is to take whistleblower disclosures. When I came on board, one of the concerns I immediately identified was the lack of oversight in the office. We had investigators with on average 2 cases.
I don't mean to interrupt, but this is the whistleblower is a symptom of a larger problem, right? And so my question is, what is the larger problem that's not being addressed that's driving so many whistleblowers? And you can disagree with the premise if you disagree with the premise.
The agency is very large. We have over 350,000 employees across the country. We also have whistleblowers, and we want employees to trust their supervisory chain. We had a crisis in 2015, and many employees didn't have an out, right? They came to the Hill, they came to Congress. I worked on HVAC during that time. And this office was created in 2017 by executive order, and then a law was passed that established the office. Since then, we've been working to improve the culture where employees feel safe raising concerns through their supervisory chain. Are we there yet? No. Change takes time. Changing a culture in a large organization takes time, but we're getting there.
And so if you had to identify those couple of problems with the culture that is driving the number of whistleblowers that we're seeing within the VA, what are those cultural problems?
From a leadership perspective, I would say it's employee engagement and how we engage employees. And that's something the Secretary is focused on, is employee engagement, and also customer service, realizing that we, as an organization in OAWP, have to engage with employees because we provide a service, so how we communicate with them. And that's something I'm working on internally in OAWP to improve. On employee engagement and customer service. Outside of that, we're also working internally. The employee experience, I know there's a lot of efforts with HR and the Veteran Experience Office to also address the employee experience within VA. We hear the veterans, we hear their voices, but also are we listening internally to employees and addressing their concerns? And those are things that we're currently working on in VA to address.
Gotcha. Mr. Missel, that question, the broader, what's the symptoms that is driving the number of whistleblowers?
In my 3.5 years at VA, what I've noticed is that there's been a long-standing belief by a number of employees that they can't raise issues and concerns that they have. That
with their supervisors.
With their supervisors and others up the chain. And that's why I feel so strongly that all VA staff should have training on ways they can bring their concerns forward without fear of retaliation. There's lots of whistleblower protection laws in the federal government. This act that was passed...
Trust me, I'm aware.
Yes, this act that was passed is in addition. It helps supplement. It was an effort to add to it. And we've put together a training program that we're hopeful that VA will have for all their employees. So it really lays out if an employee has a concern, where that employee goes to. Do they go to the Office of Inspector General? Do they go to the Office of Accountability Whistleblower Protection? Do they go to the Office of Special Counsel? And we think things like that, education, communication, can help people feel empowered to come forward.
Mr. Missel, in my final 40 seconds, I've made it clear that I think protecting whistleblowers from reprisals is important. It's an important function of our body. It's an important function of the executive branch. Based on your experience, how damaging is it for an organization to have this belief that whistleblowers aren't protected?
It's extremely damaging. Any organization you want to improve, one of the ways to improve it is hear from people on the front line and elsewhere who have knowledge about issues that they find. That we rely heavily on whistleblowers in our office to start investigations, reviews, audits. It's really critical to our work. And if you're not hearing from people, then you're not going to be able to get to root causes of problems.
Thank both of y'all. I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Hurd.